We just started our Victory Garden Challenge, and the next 3 months might be interesting. Hey, Provident Preppers, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kylene, and like Jonathan said, we have started our Victory Garden Challenge. And for us, this is gonna be not such a big deal because a few years ago, we actually did a 90-day challenge where we didn't go to the grocery store for 90 days and we lived solely off our food storage and what we could grow in our garden. This year we're a little bit concerned and not willing to do that because we don't want to deplete any supplies that we have because of the upcoming shortages. But what we are going to do is live as much off of our garden as we possibly can. And one of the things that we discovered when we were doing our challenge before is we didn't waste anything, because food became suddenly really precious. And for us who eat a lot of produce, this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. I did go the other day before July 1st and bought a few watermelons. We're gonna miss bananas and watermelons and some of those things all summer long, but this is gonna be a great opportunity for us. Yeah. And we are so proud of all of our viewers and their Victory Gardens. So at the end of this video, we're gonna take you on a tour of a lot of the wonderful ideas that some of our viewers have and how their Victory Gardens are growing.
So to get started, we're right here by our black raspberries. Now these are later than normal. This is almost a month later than usual, I think because of some of the wacky weather. But that's good for us because they are just coming on strong now, and as you can see, they are just loaded. We also have strawberries right here that are doing really well, so they're gonna help feed us over these next 3 months.
And with these black raspberries, it's kind of fun because we usually aren't able to bottle them because we're just walking up and down here eating them all the time.
And the grandkids. Oh yeah.
They love them. But these bushes are super stickery and pokey. But we did that intentionally because we wanted to protect these windows from anybody being able to break into them. And so there is a method to the madness. Usually you would want these on the outside of your property because they are so pokey. So let's go see what we've got growing. Now you gotta ignore the weeds, but this bed right here is a Three Sisters bed. And we're kind of experimenting with different stuff, but I've got the corn growing in here and the beans that are gonna grow up it. And then I've got squash that will be vining under here, but I've also got some melons planted. I wanted to see how they would do. But so far, this is actually taking off. It looks really good, but I tried something different in this bed over here. Now in this bed, I did something different because we still had a few potatoes that had sprouted, and I went to cook them for dinner and I just peeled off the outside, kind of a thick peel because some of the sprouts were actually pretty big. And then I looked at them, I thought, I don't want these to go to waste. And so I decided I was gonna try and put them in a bed with the Three Sisters and see what happened. So you can see all of these beautiful potato plants. They came up from seriously just thick peels that I would have thrown away, and we ate the inside of the potatoes. There's also corn growing in here, there's squash, and there's beans. And the reason why there's the beans is because they fix the nitrogen into the soil and they're going to feed the other plants. So this is a little bit densely populated because I didn't think they were going to grow as well as they did. So this will be a really interesting experiment. But there's a lot of food in this one bed. Remember how I had those peppers and everything? We had that late frost and thought we lost things. Well, look how incredibly wonderful the peppers, most of them have all come back. The cilantro is now going to seed, which is just fine. I was able to harvest some and preserve some of it in the freeze dryer. But we've got a lot of beautiful things going on here. My squash, hopefully not very long, and we'll have some zucchini going on here, and hopefully the squash bugs this year will be under control. But we've just got some beautiful things in our production garden, and I've got a few things that I want to show you. And remember those tomatoes we thought we lost with the frost? Well, so many of them have come back just beautiful and healthy, and we're gonna have tomatoes. These are all potatoes that are growing in this hugel bed that were volunteers from last year.
One of the challenges that we've had is a gopher out here, and I'm still working on getting him, but he's caused some problems with our Jerusalem artichokes, and we're hoping to keep him out of the rest of the garden.
These are goji berries, and they make great pollinators. They fix nitrogen into the soil, and I'd love to say that they're delicious. They're nutritious, but I'm not sure I like them that much.
This is one of our favorite places. This is our big raspberry patch, and the raspberries that come off here, the yellow and the red, are big and beautiful and extremely delicious, and these are looking good. I'm looking forward to a great harvest of these berries. Although we may have lost some of the fruit that we wanted to get this year, our grape harvest is looking phenomenal.
We're in what we call our chicken orchard, or it's a little food forest, and this is all gated, right? There's a fence around it, and the chickens free range in here. So they do a lot of the maintenance for us and control the bugs. But like on this tree, this is an Italian plum, and it's usually just loaded. And we do have some, which is really good. But not as many as we normally would. We don't have any apricots at all on that tree, but we've got some fantastic apples. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important for us to plant a diverse crop, so that sometimes, even if one crop fails one year, you've got something else to eat.
Now let's look at some of the victory gardens from all over the world that you have sent. Isn't that great? We are so excited for all the produce that's being grown, for all the Victory Gardens that are in process, and for those of you who are still getting started with yours. So keep it up, keep making progress, share your videos, share your photos. We love to share this good information. And now for the question of the day. Tell us about your Victory Garden, what you've succeeded at, maybe what's failed, and what we can all learn. Comment below, and thanks for being part of the solution.